I'm Robert Brown, Senate District 26, Macon, and I'm here today to talk about a couple of issues that I think are of importance to the citizens of Macon and Bibb County. The first issue I want to talk about is Senate Bill 45 that deals with the nightclub bill that I have, that addresses some issues involving nightclubs in Macon and Bibb County. That bill has been heard in committee. It is being refined. I'm not sure what success we'll have with that because, interestingly, some of the other law enforcement agencies from other jurisdictions have raised some questions about it. Sheriff Modena and Deputy Davis were here to give testimony along with Robert Grabowski from the City of Macon Police Department. We feel that this is an important bill. However, as I said, I don't know exactly where it's going. But there's another important issue that I was tasked to address last session. That issue has to do with what some refer to as consolidation and what I refer to in my plan as a restructuring of the Macon-Bibb County governments. And basically what I have done is created a document that points toward a new Macon. And right now that document is being discussed by Senator Staten and myself. We have not come to a final conclusion. And so we have an understanding that that document will not be made public until such time as we either have arrived at a conclusion that we can agree on, or at such time that we decide that between the two of us, we are not able to agree. But for that reason, I wanted to make people aware that as was promised last session, I have developed a restructuring plan for Macon to create a new Macon. And Senator Staten and I have had ongoing discussions since the beginning of this session. And hopefully by sometime early next week, no later than the end of next week, we will have something that we can either agree on, or if we're not able to agree on it, we will make it public anyway. In the interim, working on this plan, once I developed it, I have also started promoting it. I met with a number of community groups at the suggestion of my pastor, Reverend Dr. Walter L. Glover. I met with ministers, and Dr. Glover will have a statement after I finish my opening statement to that effect. I want to say that the reception that I've gotten so far suggests to me that we have a fair plan that addresses the major issues that need to be addressed in order to accomplish a fair and equitable new city of Macon. I am committed to that. I'm going to work toward that end. As I indicated, I've already started to talk to other organizations and individuals who I regard as key to its passage. And to this date, I have not found anyone who has said that they are opposed to the conceptual framework that I've developed. And at this time, I'd ask Reverend Glover to come forward with his statement, and immediately after that, I will take questions.
My name is Reverend Dr. Walter Glover, Jr. I am pastor of the Greater Zion Hill Baptist Church of Macon and the moderator of 52 churches in the Middle Georgia area. And I'm here today to voice support for Senator Brown's plan to create a new Macon city. Several weeks ago, I urged Senator Brown to meet with other preachers to describe his plan for a new Macon. He followed my instructions. The reports I have received from many of these preachers express support for Senator Brown. Over the past few months, I have urged preachers in my association and other pastors to revive civic involvement in the tradition of the late Reverends E.S. Evans, H.R. Rancifer, and Van J. Malone. These men provided leadership in the 60s, civil rights movement to unify our community, standing behind Senator Robert Brown's efforts to build a new Macon is a good place to start. I believe Senator Brown's plan is fair. I urge the community to vote for this plan. It is a fair plan. I am committed to helping get out the votes to pass Senator Robert Brown's fair plan. I am also committed to help Senator Robert Brown promote this plan for a new Macon among civic leaders, community activists, and civic organizations. Thank you.
At this time, I will take any questions that any member of the media may have on both of these issues that I've talked about.
Senator Brown, can you please give us some of the highlights of the plan you're going to announce next week?
No, and the reason for that is that, as I indicated, and I don't think you were here at the very beginning, Senator Staten and I have been discussing this matter. We have not reached a conclusion, and I don't want to harm that process. We, going back last year, agreed that we would not take licks at each other publicly or privately. He's been an honest broker in this process, and I want to continue to be an honest broker with him. And the reason I'm making it public at this point, in terms of letting people know that in fact there is a plan and that it is being discussed, is that I know that it is a matter of some importance, so that we will not have these lingering concerns as to whether we were able to keep our word, Senator Staten and myself, that we would in fact work together to try to fashion a plan.
How does this fit in with the House bill that just passed proposing Macon-Bibb consolidation?
We are following the understanding that we had from last year, and that understanding is that on the Senate side, the two of us would work together to try to develop a plan that we could agree on that would then be brought back to the community. And so we are following that mandate as we understood it from the delegation at the end of last session.
Are you going to be at the proposed Monday morning delegation meeting that's going to work on the consolidation bill?
I will be at that meeting.
Is that the Monday meeting, is that dealing with the peak bill, or is that dealing with your bill? Or?
I'm not sure because I was not at the meeting that made the determination that that would be a Monday meeting. The chairman of the delegation, Chairman Lucas, informed me that there would be a meeting and that consolidation would be the subject for discussion. But in terms of the specific framework of the meeting, that would be left to Chairman Lucas.
Would your bill move as local legislation?
Yes.
And by you producing your own bill, I take it you're not going to support the peak proposal?
I think that you can understand that I'm going to support the bill that I developed.
Are you working with the House at all yet?
I'm working with Senator Staten.
And in conjunction, you in previous conversation, you mentioned the plan that was on the table back in the 1990s. Does yours pattern anything at all along those lines, or is it a complete new document?
Yes, it's a complete new document, but it's still a conceptual framework is the same, and that is my proposal is to restructure government and not just to merge the two governments.
So your bill is only going to deal with the city of Macon, not with unincorporated Bibb?
You cannot have a restructured government of Bibb County and Macon without dealing with unincorporated areas.
So the earlier one, it said this is what we're going to do with the boards and authorities and so forth and so on. I can, based on what you're saying, is it correct to assume that you will be saying the boards and authorities will be handled thusly, and you're
every aspect of government, not just the merger of city council and the county commission, but every aspect of government, authorities, all of those entities that are now structurally a part of either Macon-Bibb County or Bibb County government.
appointed or elected top cops?
The specifics are now being discussed by Senator Staten and myself, and we have an agreement that we would not add those specifics until such time as we have either agreed to the points or we have decided that we cannot agree.
And I guess the size of the government would be included in that as well?
All of that is a part of the discussions between Senator Staten and myself.
It's already, I think, at least halfway through the session, maybe more. Do you have time to move this year?
Yes, a local legislation can be moved within a period of 2 to 3 days, if there's agreement between the parties.
And it would appear on the November ballot this year, the city election?
The specifics like that, we're not going to discuss at this point.
Okay.
What day should we look for the bill?
As I stated earlier, we're looking early to, no later than the end of next week, but hopefully sometime early to the middle of next week.
Anything else we should know?
We should know that I'm excited about this opportunity. We are building momentum. I will be announcing, in addition to Pastor Glover, I will be announcing within the coming weeks, other organizations and individuals of significance who are already brought into the plan that I'm proposing.
Pastor Glover,